Hey everybody, you're watching Grab a Gear Gaming. I'm Jared, and this video right here, we were purposefully trying to crash the computers that we have. So we're playing Bedrock, and Dan and we downloaded those new add-ons. If you haven't done it yet, check it out. We have a bunch of videos coming out about it. But we go down into the caves here that we found, and we are just placing torches so we can see everything and putting out, I want to say it was Colossus TNT or Ultra TNT, whatever the biggest one that they came out with is. And this cave ended up just being massive. So you can see I'm down there just putting TNT all over the place. And I mean, I put out hundreds upon hundreds, if not literal 1,000 blocks of TNT. So, you know, this is me just sort of setting it up. Dan is in the way. And I told him to start lighting it up so I can see where I'm going and, you know, put TNT everywhere. But it ended up being just unrealistic. We, you know, the gaming PC that I have is really good. And the laptop that Dan is playing on is, I want to say, an Alienware or something like that. So, you know, they definitely have the right stuff to be able to run Minecraft, no problem. So, Dan is now placing a bunch of TNT all over the place, and all we do is just place it and then go down, light one of them, and they all just chain reaction, start blowing up. And it was super entertaining. We've tried this a couple times now, and we couldn't get the game or the computer to crash. And I take that back. I wasn't on my desktop. I was playing on the new PlayStation 5 or whatever it is, PS5. And it got to the point where just placing blocks, the TNT, it was lagging the game. Not sure exactly why just placing blocks was doing that, but it was. So, and we did also have some really cool, I don't know what the word I want to use, some stuff that happened that I've never seen before. We, it's later on, and it is hilarious. You're going to laugh because I've never seen it before. I mean, look at all this TNT. It's huge. The amount, I need to fill all that in right there. You know, we did an immense amount of TNT. So, but anyways, you're already here. So make sure you guys do us a favor. We're trying to grow the channel. So hit subscribe and, you know, watch some of our videos. I realize we're not, you know, anyone famous. We're not doing anything crazy cool, but we are trying. And you can see, there you go. And it's funny because here he is going up on the top of the tower, so we have like the same viewpoint, if that makes sense for you guys. And you can't even see all the TNT that we placed from the top. So, you know, he's flying around sort of showing you all the TNT that I placed. And for the most part, that's all on the surface right there. And then everything underground, we actually found a mine shaft. We filled the whole mine shaft in. Here we go. And it's starting to set it off. And you can see it push Dan back actually, and nothing's rendering. We're like, okay, what's going on? I'm down there flying around trying to get it to render for me. And, you know, some of it starts too, and we're like, okay, well, that wasn't nearly as good as we thought. So we're like, okay, well, let's just give it a second, let the computer catch up, let the graphics card do its job. And it became pretty apparent that the computer was not able to render everything. So Dan is just sitting here waiting and watching, trying to see what happens. And we also found out that a lot of stuff didn't blow up until you get within a certain distance, like a render distance. The game says, don't blow up. There's no reason to blow up. You're not near it. So then it blows up whenever we get close to it. So here we are just sitting here. At this point, I'm pretty sure I got disconnected, and Dan is like, okay, I guess I'll just sit here and wait. And I couldn't do anything. So Dan's like, okay, well, I'll see what happens. So as you can see, he goes down in there and stuff is still blowing up, but nothing's really changing. Nothing's rendering. That whole room you just saw was filled with TNT, and now there is none. All this is blowing up. I mean, it was getting really weird. Like nothing's happening, but yet stuff is happening, as you can see. And it kept going, kept going. There was TNT all in this room. Where did it go? So that was our question. We're like, did we put down too many blocks? Did it despawn? What happened? Obviously stuff is still blowing up. You know, there's a mine shaft right over there, and that was completely full. And I mean, we went hundreds of blocks this direction, hundreds of blocks in that, every direction. We went everywhere we could. We even mined and did it to where, you know, it got further into the ground. And as you can see, Dan's just like, doesn't make sense. Nothing's happening. So, I mean, that blocks are just disappearing now. So, you know, it's definitely was, you know, we were actually testing right here. Can we still place down blocks? We could place down torches. That was working. There's still TNT up here. But you see the circles, that's where the TNT is actually sitting, but there's no TNT there. So at this point, we're like, okay, well, we don't know what's going on. So let's just wait and see what happens. That's what we said. I mean, it was crazy, you know, how much we put down. Everything keeps blowing up, blowing up. And the cool part was we did it in the desert because we were trying to stay away from water. We did it in another location, and water started sprouting out of nowhere, and it flooded this massive cave that we built, or not built, but you know what I mean, that we blew up. And it just, yeah, it didn't work. So we tried doing it out here in the desert. There you go. It crashed, and we had to, oh no, it didn't crash, sorry. That was us reloading it to see if it would help it. So he's trying to get it to load. He's like, okay, it's done more. You can see all the blocks flying in the air. There we go, more flying up, more. There we go, it's starting to render. Look at the blocks flying into the air. And the crazy thing, it wasn't just shooting these blocks like 100 blocks up or whatever. No, it was shooting these blocks thousands of blocks into the air. You don't believe me on that, that's fine. But wait until you see it, because it really does. So Dan's down here trying to explore. I'm actually trying to log back on, and I couldn't. It would not let me load into the server so we could see it, so I could do this. It wouldn't do it. Sorry about that. So there you go. Stuff is still blowing up. And right here, it, you know, like he couldn't go anywhere. It wouldn't even load beyond right here. Couldn't do nothing. So at this point, we're like, you know, we actually think, well, maybe we actually did break it, and there was too much for the processor, too much for the graphics card. You know, we're trying to figure out what it is that could be going on and couldn't figure it out. So we were actually talking about, you know, well, maybe we did too much. We just shouldn't worry about it. And, you know, this was sort of a flop. That's what we said. But Dan said, no, let's give it more time. And I sped this up. This is only at a double speed so that you guys can see it. And yeah, I realize this video is sort of long, but it is crazy and it is hilarious of everything that happens. And I mean, the water's not rendering to where it falls. Nothing is, there you go. Some blocks are moving around. Just random holes in the water. You can see how it's sort of slow and glitchy. Whenever explosions were going off, that's what it would do. It would really slow it down in like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It was just hilarious. So let's sit back, watch it. I'll be watching it with you guys. I'm not going to talk the whole time. You guys probably are tired of hearing my voice. Plus I have a cough. But real quick, if you've made it this far, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button, guys. We we started with no subscribers and now, we're doing pretty good and taking a lot of work for us. So, I mean, look at that. He's not even able to move. Oh, it's great. So laggy. Flying around, trying to find what's going. There was. Whole thing crashed. And we were like, well, okay, let's try to log back in. So that's what we did. I still couldn't log in. So Dan tried to log back in. And there you go, our sweet logo. Grab a Gear Gaming, GG. I love this right there. All the sand falling as it loads in. First off, that took a lot of processing power where it's like, okay, what are we doing? Where did it save at type thing? So Dan's like, okay, I'm in. I start to try to join again and we can see, okay, the water is starting to render. It's flowing down. Look at everything blowing up. Wow. I mean, first off, I'm amazed we were able to crash the game. Dan's looking around, just trying to get everything to render. And this is where it got hilarious. Look at that. Do you see it shoot upward? So it launched those blocks, the TNT blocks, in one direction. And we find blocks later on in the middle of the desert, still not blown up. And I wish we could have the sound, but we didn't have sound because of copyright stuff, music in the background. But every time that they would blow up, it sounded like a shockwave just blowing past us. It was crazy cool. And with headphones on, it was just awesome. So you can see them. I didn't place any of these out here, either did Dan. They're just sort of landing out here, blowing up. See, it's not even rendering. There you can see it. And then boom. That was 2 blocks, 1 and 1. So you can see how much damage these new ones do. And if you guys haven't got the new add-ons yet, definitely get the add-ons. Now here in a second is where it gets super hilarious, because I've never seen anything like this happen in Minecraft. So Dan's like, okay, obviously it's gonna blow up over here. There it goes. And it pushed him, the shockwave pushing him back. He can't even move. He's trying to get out of this corner to go see, and he can't move. Every time he tries to move, it would push him. And then coming up is, hands down, the craziest thing I have ever seen. It was crazy. So there's more blowing up. And you can see it keeps pushing him. There it is. He can't stop either. He tried, he's pushing forward, nothing. So we have grid coordinates coming up here in just a second. Look at that. 2,000, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3,000 blocks. It launched him to the moon. There we are, 5,000 blocks elevation. That's the middle number you guys are looking at. And he's going pretty much straight up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,600 plus blocks high is how far it launched him straight up like a rocket. 17,111, I think is what it came to, or something like that. And we're just like, what do we do? Because I've never been to that elevation. You can't see anything. Why would you ever go that high? You can't build that high. I didn't even think you could go that high. I figured like 500 blocks, right? But 17,000. Now, to put that in perspective, each block in Minecraft is 1 meter squared, right? So you got 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet. So each square is equivalent to 3 feet, which means he went 3 feet times 17,000 whatever, I did the math, high, which is 53,000 feet of elevation. I mean, he's all the way up there almost to outer space. You can't even see the ground. You can see how quickly he's falling. He's just free falling. So whenever it shot him, it shot out at an angle and he was going sideways, and then he turned and went straight up. And like I said, this was only double speed. So you can see just how quick it was actually flying. I mean, it was crazy. So at this point, I think I was able to rejoin, and maybe not quite yet, I don't know. But he gets down to the surface and he's nowhere near where everything was blowing up. And thankfully, I was able to join. I joined and I had my grid coordinates on so that we could actually, get him back to where it was. So you can see we're nowhere near where everything was blowing up. I mean, nowhere near it. So we're at 3376 and minus 11,000, 12,000 almost. And then I'm telling him the grid coordinates, and I'm like, okay, come this way. So 33, there I am. Well, it's not even my account. That's my wife's account. So he's flying back towards me. So there you go. Almost 1,000 blocks blown sideways before he even went upward. That was the craziest thing I have ever seen. So at this point, we're like, okay, let's let it render, see what happens. And, now that you're back, and it's not even rendering beyond this point. We honestly thought, okay, it's going to crash again, and we'll load back in and see what happens. So, yeah, we just waited. And what you shouldn't be doing is waiting to hit subscribe. Help us out, guys. We really do need subscribers. We're trying to grow the channel, and it would be just amazing. It makes our day when we wake up in the morning after literally editing videos and doing everything, get on and we see comments and we see new subscribers and people saying, hey, that was hilarious, giving us ideas, stuff like that. It's awesome. It makes us feel great, that at least somebody enjoys watching what we do. I realize we're not forgelabs or OK Robert or Mr. Beast, but we're trying to do something that's fun for everybody so you guys can enjoy it. So you can still see him being pushed around. as those bombs go off, or the TNT. So at this point, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go look around, see if there's any more that needs to go off. And I'm flying around trying to get TNT to blow up, trying to figure out where, oh, see, it pushed him. You can see it just opened up that whole area. There goes another one, flying down somewhere. No idea where it went. Oh, more. So what I'm doing is I'm flying around the perimeter and setting off the TNT with, like, you know, the computer says, hey, someone's close enough, trigger it or whatever. So, excuse me, guys. And I'm putting like torches out along the way so that I know, okay, I've been over here. Look at this. And you can see it shooting the TNT out. He's like, okay, no more right there. Just more and more. Oh, God. It's just, I mean, where did the lava come from? Oh, man. See him getting pushed. Just the blocks going everywhere, flying up into the air and then come raining back down is just hilarious. There we go. Yeah, it ended up being a lot more of a video than we anticipated. So, yeah, you know, we honestly expected it to just blow up and boom, you know, 5-minute video. There it was. This ended up being about 2.5 hours. And, you know, I cut some out, I edited a little bit out, and us having to reload back and forth trying to get it to work. And it was a lot more work than we thought it was going to be. But in the end, it was absolutely hilarious. I mean, look at how big this is. And there was a village just outside of our blast radius. We were like, oh, we won't blow the village up. Yeah. They didn't make it. There was also a temple, which I'm pretty sure you'll see here in a little bit. We're flying around and you can see the temple clear as day. It's sitting there, everything looks good. And then the temple just disappears. Completely disappears. And it was one of those where we're just like, how did it even get? God, you can see it just shooting across the screen. It's like, how did it even get to that point? So you can see the water's at least rendering. We're all the way down to bedrock. We did try. We couldn't blow up the bedrock. There we go. It's rendering even further. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where I am. I'm pretty sure I'm still just flying around trying to get things to go off still. Well, while it keeps going off, we did expand our channel a little bit, guys. We're now doing Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Minecraft. So mostly it's still going to be Minecraft videos because we love playing Minecraft. The some of the cool things that we're already doing, and we're just trying to finish, we have like 20 projects at once, is a whole bunch of 100-day videos, different challenges that we're trying to do, who can actually beat the game first in hard mode, stuff like that. And to be honest, Dan and I are not very good at Minecraft. We're pretty bad, actually. You know, Braden, the guy who plays with us, he's my son, and he's way better than we are, but it's just hilarious how bad Dan and I are. I mean, look at the size of that crater. My God. Oh my goodness. There you go. You can see that village, I think, over there. It is working its way in that direction. Just TNT flying up in the air. Oh, it's getting closer. So I think it's just landing and blowing up different spots. Look at all that. The blocks just flying. Oh my goodness. I mean, that was all covered and now it's gone. It pushed him back. So yeah, you can see that temple was perfectly fine. It was just good to go. And then I'm pretty sure like right now I was over there and it just disappeared. The whole temple just gone. See how it's lagging? So there's more explosions going off. Oh my goodness. I mean, can you guys imagine in real life what this would look like? There's a bunny. You see it right there. Oh, there goes some more blocks. And there it goes. And this is just one type of TNT. It wasn't, you know, any of the earthquake ones. Oh yeah, Dan thought this was really cool. Look at that. Like perfectly cut square, or you know what I mean? I was like, wow, that's awesome. You saw it go up in the air right there. Oh, look, there I am, waving. Yay. So that's what I was doing, is just running around, putting torches out, trying to find any more TNT that didn't blow up yet so that we could get an end result, if that makes sense. And at this point, Dan and I were actually like, okay, come on. Please stop blowing up so that we can be done with this video. Don't you love Minecraft physics? I mean, come on, this is pretty far away from the hole. So it's shooting TNT all the way out here. More. Oh my goodness. And erase. Oh my goodness. And Dan was laughing the whole time. He's like, okay, it hasn't reached the city yet, the village. The little villagers are still safe, no big deal. Oh wait, just getting closer. I mean, completely reshaped this whole area. Gosh, you just see the blocks. I can't stop laughing at the blocks just blowing out across the screen. It was too much. And I think later on you get to see like Dan is flying around and it's just raining blocks down. So here's the village. You can see the blocks. You can see right there that TNT is pretty close to the village. We're like, oh man, oh. Run away, villagers, run away. So there we go. We officially attacked the village. Boom, that one's gonna blow up any second. Right there. So that desert village is now living on a cliff. The temple was straight ahead. Right there. And it's gone. So, yeah, be careful because it will launch this TNT all over the place. I mean, you see all the blocks flying through the air. It was absolutely hilarious. I mean, yeah, the new add-ons are fantastic because let's be honest, Bedrock was fun to play, but we didn't have a bunch of stuff like mods that we could do like Java. And that's sort of frustrating for us. You know, these other, and I could totally get Java play on my PC, I know. But, you know, I like to use a controller, and you can't use a controller on Java. So that really was a big turnoff for us. So we said, okay, we'll just go with Bedrock, and maybe we'll do Java in the future, but we haven't yet. So we're still playing on Bedrock. There's some more right there. But by adding these add-ons, it made it so much more interesting because some of the add-ons are the new mobs. We have a couple shorts. So go to the shorts menu. You'll be able to see them. Plus we have, right now, we're filming a 100-day video in hardcore mode where if you die, it's over. And we've made it pretty far. Look at that, just blocks landing over here. But it's against all the new mobs. We do have the TNT pack enabled, furniture and everything. So, you know, it is totally different than what it was normal Bedrock. So that's pretty sweet. It's honestly been a really entertaining thing to do, and we've had a lot of fun with it. If you guys have any suggestions, please tell us. Put them in the comments. We want, you know, to do more stuff. We want to do challenges, and even then we want to actually create a server so we can actually do challenges with people. So if you guys are interested, just let us know, and we'll add you guys as a friend on our Minecraft account, and we'll have some fun. We'll play. And if you've made it this far, come on, do me a favor and subscribe and leave a comment saying, wow, that was hilarious, can't believe it crashed, or just tell us how bad we are. You know, half the comments we get are negative, and honestly, I don't understand it. We're all out here just having fun. Why are we being negative to each other? We shouldn't be. We should be helping each other, talking to each other, and having fun. You know, it's Minecraft. It's nothing crazy. There's me. There you guys go. Check it out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Finish it off. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next one.